Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. Okay, so we are supposed to get a massive thunderstorm here in the next hour. It's supposed to hit the next hour. It's very cloudy. It's very dark outside. The darkness is in the the future. The darkness is in the future, but it's getting closer and closer and closer. So we will see how long I can sit out here. Alex is inside and he's watching Suits. He just warmed up some food. He said he could move. He was like, "Do you want me to move upstairs?" And I was like, "No, I just want to sit outside. It's like so nice outside." But the temperature has dropped since I got home from being with Caroline today, and so it's a little cooler. I had a t-shirt on when I left today, and then I had to put the hoodie on to sit out here. It's actually probably a little warm with this hoodie, but I think that while I'm sitting out here, it's going to get just even cooler. So you can feel that the storm is coming. It's kind of really, really exciting. Let's see what the time and temperature is. It is currently 5:50 p.m. And the temperature outside, I think it was like, when Caroline and I left today, it was like 70 or something. No, when I got up, it was like 67. And then it was like up to 70 when we left, which I was kind of surprised because I didn't think it was going to be that warm. And it is now down to 64. And there's a wind advisory now until 9 p.m. Oh, now it says that storms continuing through 9 p.m. A few storms may be severe. But it's not showing the storms on here until like 8 p.m. Let's look and see. Yeah, it's showing that the storms don't start until 8 p.m. So I should be safe out here. I should be safe out here. I'm going to tell you guys about everything. I'm going to tell you guys about everything. Today and last night, I had such a great time with Tanya Jean last night. But before I get into that, I do want to say that I tried a new coffee drink last night. Tanya and I, before we got our pedicures, we went to this new coffee place. And so I was like, I want to try something different. And they had something there called an espresso tonic. I have never heard of this before. Am I like that unworldly? I know when I say this, people will be like, Peter, you haven't heard of an espresso tonic before? I've never heard of an espresso tonic. Tanya got some decaf latte that had like this heavy cream in it. She loved it. She loved it. So I got an espresso tonic, and it had, so the whole theme of this coffee shop was like Dubai, and so it was like, they had like honey cake from Dubai in there, and they had all this kind of stuff. It was very, very cool. And if you guys live in the Indianapolis area, it's in Fishers, and it's called, I believe it's called Miriam's in Fishers, and I love it. It's really cute. Caroline said today, she's like, "Oh, that place has been around for a while, didn't you know it?" And I said, "Caroline, I don't get out that much anymore." So anyway, Tanya got this latte that she loved, and had like sugar and honey and like heavy cream in it. And so I got this thing called an espresso tonic, and it's like, I think it's 2 shots of espresso and then tonic water and then ice. It's all cold. Tanya got a cold latte as well, and then it has lime juice in it. So when I first tasted it, I was like, it's like, you know, really like tart candy. It's very, very bitter, but I just fell in love with it. I was like, oh my God. And I had Tanya try it. She was like, she likes sweet stuff. And she's like, but that would be like a great drink for the pool for the summer. I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. So today when Caroline and I were out, Caroline's like, how are you going to make it? You don't have like an espresso machine or an espresso maker. And I said, well, I do have that Bustelo, like, it's not like espresso, but it's like in the Keurig. And I said, I was telling Nikki this last night too, and I was like, so I'm going to just make some of that and then put it on ice. And then I got lime juice today while we were out, and I also got little cans of light tonic water. So I made I haven't tried it yet. You can see it's melting. I put the coffee in the freezer for a little bit. So the coffee that I use is the Bustelo, I think that's how you pronounce it, the espresso coffee. And I made there was a whole cup of it in here, and I put it in the freezer so it would get a little cold, but it had a lot of ice in it, and the ice is melting. So this has tonic water, espresso. The tonic water is supposed to give it like, you know, like a little fizz to it, and then lime juice in it. So we're going to see if it tastes anything like what I had last night. If not, we're going to have to work on the recipe, because I'm like, I want to do a video, my Peter Does Stuff video, or channel showing this, but I have to like maybe work on the recipe a little bit. So we're going to try this. Okay. I don't know if I put enough lime juice in it. It needs more lime juice. It needs more lime juice. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's so good. it's like a special taste. Like not everybody. I really like bitter coffee. Well, I like smooth coffee, but I also like really strong bitter coffee. It's a bitter coffee taste. If you don't like that, like, you know, like the bottom of the barrel coffee at the gas station at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you don't like that taste, you won't like this. I think if I was going to do it again, it definitely needs more of the tonic water in it. I'll have to go back in there and ask and see. No, I don't know. Maybe the more I get down, I did mix it up. The more I get down, it's a little bit better. Maybe a little bit more tonic and a little bit more, definitely more lime juice. But it's pretty close to what I had last night. Oh, it's really good. I think if I cooled the coffee down more so that it was like, it didn't like, you know, all the ice. Because last night, we got it and then we went to the pedicure place. If the ice didn't melt, it'd be definitely much better. I mean, it's still cool. But espresso tonic, it is so good. This might be my drink for the summer. Plus, it's not super unhealthy. I mean, you could do it just with a regular cup of coffee, too. You wouldn't have to put espresso in it. You could just do a regular cup of coffee. I just got one of those, like, plastic limes that has the lime juice in it, and I just squirted in a bunch of it, and then tonic water on top of it. I'm not a huge fan. I never was, like, a tonic drinker back in the day. I didn't love, like, I never drank gin and tonics and stuff like that back in the day. But I don't mind it with this coffee. It's a little bit different taste. I like it. So, cheers. This is fun. Okay. So, last night, got ready after I vlogged, and then I took a shower. I didn't have tons of time to get ready, actually. So, I took, like, a really quick shower. Earlier in the day, I had shaved and, like, trimmed my beard and stuff, so I didn't have to do that. So I took a shower. I wanted to do like a face mask and stuff, but I just didn't have time by the time I got all my my bag ready, and so I just had to go through and make sure I have my keys and my reading glasses and AirPods for the Uber and stuff like that. I feel like I've had this conversation about Uber rides like with 3 different people in the last 24 hours. So this is so interesting. So this is my friend that walks like 4 times a day. My neighbor that walks like 4 times a day with her dog. And she's retired now. I've never, ever, in my entire life, ever seen her walk with anybody else in this neighborhood. I mean, she'll stop and talk to other people in the street, but I've never seen her. She's walking with somebody else tonight. Like a friend or something. That makes me happy. So the Uber ride was fine last night. The guy was really, really nice. So I got the Uber. I actually got to therapy like 5 minutes early. Therapy was great. It was actually kind of like a lame session, like the first half of it. It was just a lot of, like, what are we doing? How's life? Things like that. It was kind of lame. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the sessions are like, we get into like, you know, communication patterns. It's like real heavy. Sometimes we come in there with stuff we want to talk about. Other times it's kind of lame. Last night was just kind of like, you know, like a catch-up session. And then at the end of it, we talked about some things we want to work on through the summer and things like that. So it was good. It was a good session last night. But the Uber ride was fine. The guy was super, super nice. He was real concerned about his car being clean. He was like, somebody back there spilled water before you. I was like, I mean, he goes, I'm sorry, the car's a little dirty. I wouldn't say it was spotless, but I mean, there was no trash on the floor or anything like that. And I said, it's totally clean. Don't worry about it. I've gotten into some Ubers and Lyfts before where it's gross. Like, I can't believe that they like are actually driving the car as like a business. But I would say by and large, most people, I don't know, in Indianapolis at least, most people here, I mean, I've taken Ubers in Los Angeles, San Diego, I mean, all over. I'm trying to think of places I've taken them a lot. Las Vegas, definitely. Miami, definitely. But here, people usually are really, really serious about, like, being an Uber or a Lyft driver. Like, they have the cords so you can charge your phone. People offer me water and stuff like that. Their cars are usually super spotless. They have cameras inside their car that are, like, you know, like, recording what's going on. And here, it's a lot of, like, retired people. Especially during the day, when I take rides for appointments and stuff, it's usually a lot of retired people. This guy was probably... he was probably closer to my age. I don't know, late 40s maybe. He was really, really nice. And And so I was like listening to music when I came out, so I didn't really talk to them. Sometimes I talk to them, sometimes I don't. It seems like lately I haven't talked to them as much, but I was telling Tanya this afterwards. It's weird because it's like, this isn't like, we went to the grocery store and stuff. This is when we were talking about it, because Tanya said, just take as much time as you want. She's like, when I'm done, I'm gonna like, go wait outside. And I was like, no, I don't want to, we like walked around through the grocery store a little bit together, but then I was like looking at stuff, and she was like, babe, she's like, you don't ever just get to walk around the grocery store. And I was like, Caroline gets it, Alex gets it, but like Tanya really gets it because that's what she and I used to do together. And so like I never really did that with Alex and and with Caroline. But like Tanya and I would go to like the grocery store, the Meijer and stuff back in the day. We would just walk around forever, And so she likes to do that, and I like to do that too. And I can't even tell you the last time that I just like was at a grocery store with unlimited time. I mean I literally went up like up and down every aisle. I didn't really even buy anything. Like, I found this, like, fan, this, like, travel fan that was, like, in this, like, they have their summer stuff out already, like, in the summer section, and I was like, oh, this is a perfect travel fan. But it was so nice, but, I was telling Tanya, I said, it's interesting because whenever I tell people, they'll say, like, why don't you just, like, take an Uber and go to the mall, or you should just take an Uber and go to the grocery store. A lot of things have changed since the accident in a way that, like when you don't really realize something until it happens, like you're in like an experience and then like after it's like, oh, like this is how I feel about something. Sometimes I don't even realize how I feel about something until after it's happened. I don't mind taking Ubers. I'll take Ubers. Like, it's like, I'm like terrified of it. I don't like it. I don't like taking Ubers. I'm not super comfortable with it because my phone has like all of my medical information that comes up if something would happen to me, but I don't feel super comfortable with it because if something would happen to me, if I had, a seizure while I was in the Uber, like I don't know the person that's driving the car. It makes me nervous. I don't know. It makes me nervous. If I go to the mall and I walk around by myself, or if I'm at a restaurant by myself, it's one of the reasons why I don't really go to the casino that much anymore, because I used to know a lot of the people that worked at the casino, but the last couple times I've gone, I haven't really seen any of those people. When I would go with Valerie, I felt very safe. Like, I trust Valerie, I trust Caroline. When I'm with somebody else, I feel safe. But just to go by myself, I don't really know how to explain it, and it's not just a seizure thing. I think it's one of the reasons why I stay so close to home. Like, all of my neighbors know the situation. I say to most of the Uber drivers when I get in, like, I'll say, like, I don't drive, like, I have epilepsy and things like that, and so, I have seizure disorder, and I explain it to them, just because I want that person to know, like, if something would happen to me. I mean, I don't get into, like, a deep conversation with it, but somehow it usually comes up, like, right at the beginning, and I kind of just work it into the conversation because it makes me feel more comfortable if they know, and thank God that situation hasn't happened yet, but I don't know, like, when I think about, like, oh, well, because I feel like people online say it a lot, like, in the comment sections, but it's not just people online, it's, like, people in my personal life say it, too. They'll say, oh, you should just you love, just going and walking around the mall, you should just take an Uber up to the mall. First of all, it's not really fun for me just to walk around a mall for 2 hours by myself. I'll end up buying things I don't need, and I don't enjoy that. Like, part of it last night that was fun for me was that I knew that Tanya was waiting for me, and it felt safe, and I knew that she didn't care, I knew that she was just, she just was waiting, and so I knew she didn't care. I've done it for her, she's done it for me, and so I just didn't feel like there was any rush. It was funny because she got done, like, only, like 5 minutes before I did, or 10 minutes before I did, or something like that, because when I came out there, I was like, oh, I'm sorry that I made you wait. She was like, babe, I've been out here for, like, I think she said, like, 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. She's like, I'm just happy that you had a good time. She was like, I just want to get you out of the house more and stuff like that. So, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I'm not, like agoraphobic, like, I don't want to leave the house. Like, it's not like I have this fear, this impending fear and doom, like, I won't go places or I won't leave. Like, if I needed something from the mall and there was no other way to go, like, I would take an Uber to the mall and I would go there. Like, I'm not, like, it's not like I'm terrified of that. I don't feel comfortable doing it. And so, like, people recommend it to me as, like, an enjoyable thing. Like, it would be good for you to get out of the house. Like, go take, you know, like, even just to go to the movie theater and sit there by myself. That's something I used to do. I don't feel so comfortable doing that anymore. And maybe that'll change over time. You know, maybe a year from now I'll be sitting here and say, I don't really feel that way anymore. Now I can go to a movie theater or whatever. You know, and maybe I need to do some of those things to feel less that way. But today I don't feel that way. Today I feel like I need to stay in my comfort zone a little bit, you know? I don't know. But anyway, so last night was so wonderful. It was the night that I needed. It was so wonderful. Our therapy session was great. It just was really good. Alex and I had such a great talk on the way over to Tanya's house, and then he dropped me off at Tanya's, and then I went inside and I was like seeing the dogs and saying hi to her husband Eric and stuff like that, and so we talked for a little bit, and then we left because we had a 6:30 appointment at the pedicure. Tanya wanted to go to a different place. She's been like going back. So we used to always go to the same place like every single year, or every single time for years and years and years on end. I think I said this yesterday. But Tanya wanted to try someplace different. I think she got, like, the other place she couldn't get us in, so she went to this other place. And someplace she's gone a couple times. I didn't really care. I just wanted to go somewhere different. So she wanted to go to this coffee shop first. So we went to this coffee shop. And then we went to the pedicure place. And we were like sitting there. I said, get whatever, because, you know, like, they give you the menu and whatever. I said, get whatever you want, because it's like, it's the treat for me. I never, you know, she's like, no. And I was like, no. I said, I want to do this, like, whatever. And so we both got the deluxe pedicures, which were, I mean, pedicure's a pedicure. But my feet feel so smooth and so wonderful. I love getting a pedicure. I will say this, the chairs were not the best chairs in the entire world. They kept on stopping, so we had to keep on, like, starting them over. And then Tanya and I got laughing so hard. And, but it's the only time I've ever been in a place. There was not one other person there. We were, like, the last appointments. It was his husband and wife. They were super, super nice. They were like, oh, I was telling them about this coffee. And the husband was like, you need to try this Vietnamese coffee. And he, like, showed it to me, and then I took a screenshot of it. He was like, this is, like, the best coffee in the entire world. And his wife's like, yeah, it's the only coffee that we'll drink. And so I think I'm gonna get online and order some of this Vietnamese coffee they told me to get. He said it's like the strongest coffee in the entire world. It's, like, so good. And so anyway, we were there for like an hour, and it was so wonderful. So they did the pedicure. I didn't really like both my, you know, my fingernails and my toenails I keep pretty short, so I can you just file them. So she filed them, and then she did my feet, and then we did this like sea scrub thing. I mean, I've done all this before, but it seemed like longer. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, we got these like leg and foot massages that were like unbelievable. We did this sea salt thing, and then she did this like it was like this, it was soap and water, but it was like a special kind that was like honey and cocoa butter. It was fantastic. And then like washed off my feet and my legs, and then she did this like lotion thing, and then she did the stones, which I love the stones, any of that. I told Tanya last night, I was like, I need a massage. I haven't had a massage in so long. I used to get them like every Monday. I don't know if you guys, was that before I got on YouTube? But I did them every Monday forever. It was like one of my special treats to myself. I haven't had a massage in so long. But it just was so nice, and Tanya and I just laughed the whole time, and we were just like telling just the stupidest stories, and they were like asking us questions like how we knew each other and stuff. They were really sweet. It was really fun. And then Tanya was like having me pick out like the toenail polish that she was gonna get. She's like, I want something summery, you pick it out. So I picked like 3 colors, and she picked one from that. But it was really fun. We had a really good time. And so when we got done with it, it was like 20 till 8, and she was like, we still have time to make a meeting if you want to make a meeting. She's like, or would you rather do something else? And I said, I was like, let's go to the meeting. And then I was like, you know what? I said, I would love just a night of like just driving around, getting fountain pops, going to the grocery store, looking in the book section of the grocery store like we used to with like the James Patterson books. And so that's what we did. We went to the gas station, we looked around the gas station, we got fountain pops, we got laughing with the people in the gas station, and we were talking to this guy that was playing the lottery, and I was like, are you gonna win? Is it the Powerball? I was like, what's it up to? He's like, oh, it's the daily numbers. And so we were talking about that, and then the woman that worked there, we got laughing with her. It felt like 20 years ago, Tanya and I running around. It was so wonderful. Went to the grocery store. I looked at all this stuff. Tanya, like, there was actually stuff she needed to get, so I walked around with her for a while. Then I looked at like all the plant-based stuff. It just was nice. And then she just kind of drove, she took the long way home, and I got home probably about, I don't know, 10 after 9, something like that. So it was, you know, about 3 hours with Tanya. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it was really, really nice. And then when I came home, I took like a half an hour walk, and then when I came back, took a shower, and then I think I posted my vlog. I think I didn't remember, and then I was like, oh my god, I gotta post my vlog. I think it was like after 10 when I posted, like 10:30 when I posted my vlog, because I was like, I want to take my walk. I'm trying to keep that up. So did that. Took a shower. Took a shower before. I'm like down to like, I'm up to like 2 showers a day now. Took a shower before, then took a shower after my walk, and then got on comfy pajamas. I think that's when I was like, am I getting days confused? I don't know. Does anybody know what time I posted it? But I was like, oh my god, I forgot to post my vlog. So I sat down, posted my vlog. And then, did Alex and I watch anything last night? When I came home, he was watching Suits. I was like, did you have a nice night? And he was like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. The lime and the tonic water, like I said, I'm not a big tonic water fan. The lime with the tonic water and the coffee, it's just like the perfect mix. I don't even know how to explain it. So I was like, did you have a nice night? And he was like, yeah. And, oh, I got pillows. Oh, I got more pillows out here. So the pillows that I bought, because I was telling Caroline today, at the grocery store, they had like 4 different kinds of pillows. They were like different prints, but like one were yellow. I didn't even know which ones to get. And they were like $15 each. They had ones that were red, ones that were yellow, ones that were blue, and ones that were like this orangish color. And I was like, no, I want to do red out here. So I got, because remember I said I was going to do red gingham? It's not red gingham, but it's kind of like this modern red and white design. So Caroline said, well, what about the pillows that you bought before? I said, well, I'm going to put those pillows on the back patio. So then I'm going to have red out here. Yeah, so I'm just like getting all this stuff now ready for, so, you know, like when spring comes and it's warm. My neighbor already, was I talking on the phone last night, or was I was talking on the phone last night. Yeah, I was talking to Nikki, because I could smell it, and I was like, what is that smell? See, now it feels like it's warming up a little bit, and I don't need this hoodie. I was like, it smells like, what's that smell? I'm talking to Nikki. She's in Pennsylvania. I'm like, it smells like fresh mulch, but I couldn't see it at night. I can see it right here now. So I went out here. Here, I will show you. I went out here, and look at my neighbor. She is like beating me to the punch. Look at how beautiful it looks. That's so pretty. So here's this deal. Here's the deal. She has this guy that's like, I think he's wanting to start his own landscaping company or something like that. And I think last year he was like in his last year of college, and now he's graduated. So he comes out and he does her whole, like, he does all the mulching and pulls the weeds and stuff like that. So I was, in all honesty, I was like, I'm going to do it this year. I'll be out here, whatever. I think I even said this in a vlog. I was like, like right now it sounds good, but when the day comes, I'm not going to want to do it. Okay, here's the deal. That's the mulch I want. I want really dark mulch like that. When I bought the mulch, the guy told me it was the darkest mulch ever. Okay, it's not. It's like this like light cedar wood mulch or something like that. So I'm thinking about, because she told me, she was like, he'll do your yard. Like, you know, he's like, and he's not super expensive. He's like $30 an hour or something like that. And then you like pay on top for like the mulch and stuff like that. So I'm really thinking about seeing if he can do this. I mean, he did hers in like a day. So and he's planting some trees for her and stuff too. So I'm going to see if, which is funny because I don't think you're supposed to do that in this neighborhood, and I don't think she cares. Who is screaming and yelling? By the way, I saw last night, does anybody know anything about this? I saw this website. Has anybody ever heard of this website before? I will ask you, first of all. This is like my favorite meme of life. I posted on my Instagram today, and then I read it to Caroline. Oh, did I tell you about the Caroline situation? Was that after I got home? It was after I got home. So when we got, I think it was when I got home last night. Maybe it was when I was vlogging, but Caroline said, tomorrow we're going to get coffee, but then we have to run a detour. And I said, what's the detour? And she said, I have to go pick up something I won in a raffle. And I go, well, where is it? And she goes, Fountain Square. Did I already talk about this on my vlog yesterday? I was like, Fountain Square. Oh, they're walking by again. Fountain Square is it's past downtown. I did talk about this last night, didn't I? Anyway, it was fine. We had so much fun. Because last night I said something to Alex, and Alex goes, just have fun with Caroline. Just run around. So I was like, if I get back late and I don't film any videos today, I don't film any videos. It is what it is. But I was joking with Caroline because last week she was like, I didn't really have anything to do. And so I didn't really have anything to do with today either, because I did most of it. Like, got my pedicure done yesterday, which Caroline and I weren't even planning on doing. But then I got like grocery stuff that I needed last night, all this kind of stuff. So I posted this on my Instagram, and then I showed it to Caroline, and I like covered up the bottom part of it first, and so I had to read the top part. And the top part says, I've read this on here before, a giraffe's coffee would be cold by the time it reached the bottom of its throat. Ever think about that? No, you only think about yourself. Oh my God, why does that Mimi crack me up so much? I call them Mimis, anyway. I know somebody be like, Peter, they're not called Mimis. I don't care. I call things what I want to call them. I call things what I want, and I don't care. I have 400 pictures in here of my new nephew, Cruz, and pictures with Jesse and Fufu, my mother-in-law. Like, every picture they put in like a family group, I like download. Okay, what was I going to show you? Oh, these bushes I was going to buy. Hold on, oh, here they are. So, it came up on Instagram. The website's called fastgrowingtrees.com. Has anybody heard of it? So they have all these trees and bushes and stuff. Well, they have these like, and they're not bad either. They're like $49 for like a big bush. And they're all like safe to eat, okay? So they have these like raspberry bushes that are supposed to bloom like really quick. But they have all different kinds. I just screenshot it because I was like, I'll go back there maybe and look. They have all different kinds of bushes to grow. Has anybody done this? Like, am I wasting my time? Should I try it? I think they're perennials. They come back every year. So I thought if we like planted them out back, then they would come back every year as bushes. They're safe for animals to eat. They're safe for humans to eat, all of them. I looked on here. I read the whole thing last night. So there's that. And then, yeah. So I wrote that to Caroline. But anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, so last night was like the perfect night. It was like such a good night. So when I got home, Alex was watching Suits. So I sat down with him. I pulled the iPad up. After I took my shower and got my comfy pajamas on and stuff like that after my walk, I pulled my iPad up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch a show and then I'm gonna lay down. I don't even remember what time that was. I was like, I'm gonna lay down for an hour. So I watched Matlock last night. Because I had found Matlock. Well, there's a lot going on the street today. I'm so excited because Survivor and Amazing Race is on tonight and I'm so ready for it. Okay, so I had to catch up on from last week. This isn't tomorrow's episodes. Found Matlock and Elsbeth to watch. So, I'm looking on here to see if there's anything. Okay, so I watched Matlock first last night. Did I cross that off on my list? Hold on. Yeah, so I watched Matlock first last night. And then after I got done with Matlock, I laid down and Alex was going to sleep. So he was like, "You gonna watch another episode?" But he's like, "No, I want to go to sleep." He actually went into work a little bit late today. He was like, "I'm gonna sleep in a little bit. I'm kind of tired." So I laid down and I took like a nap. I fell asleep and then like I woke up and then I was afraid I was gonna waste sleep into the night. So I just kind of like laid there for a little bit and it felt so good just to lay in the bed with the fan on and stuff like that. So I laid there for a little bit and then I got up. Who did I talk to then? I think that's when I talked to Nikki. Yeah, that's when I talked to Nikki. And then my new books came yesterday. The Kyla Stone book and then the set of the Life as We Knew It books came. So last night I was like, I want to read. Like, I want to read tonight. So after Nikki and I talked, we talked for a long time on the phone. After Nikki and I talked, I went inside. Well, I think before I lit the candles. So I sometimes light the candles and I'll talk to Nikki or Tanya or whoever, come out here, and then I go inside and then I do my wax melts. Because the wax melt burner only goes, or melter or whatever you call it, only goes for like 4 hours or something like that. I think it goes 4 hours. And so like I want to be able to make sure that that's like the first thing that I shut off. I know it doesn't make it's stupid, but it's like, it makes sense to me. The camera stopped. So anyway, it's getting a little windy. It's picking up. It's actually weird because it got brighter outside and it looks less like a rainstorm, but I'm sure we'll get a rainstorm tonight. So after that, I sat down. Nikki was like, are we going to do puzzles? And I was like, I really want to read tonight. And I was like, and she was like, okay. And so I promised her we would do puzzles tonight. So tonight we're going to do puzzles. Tonight I've got to watch, I just have Found left to watch, to catch up on, and then I'm caught up, and then Survivor and Amazing Race and whatever else I watch. People are telling me to watch that show. I have it on my list. That's on Peacock. It's probably the next show I'll binge watch. Oh my God. So Mare was telling me, it was a couple other people told me too, the new Harlan Coben show on Netflix is so bad they couldn't even get through it. A couple people have told me that. Shows to binge. Where's that at? Did I put it on here already? Long Bright River. It's about missing women. And Tanya told me last night, she kept on going on and on about adolescence on Netflix. School Spirit Season 2 is out. I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, Just One Look, I think is what it's called on Netflix. Is that what it is on Netflix? Anyway, there's a bunch of shows I want to watch. So, and tomorrow, all I'm going to do is film videos. Tomorrow, I just going to do videos. Friday, Alex has a dinner with his 2 girlfriends, the one that got married. He had dinner with them like a month ago, and they're having dinner again on Friday night. But he doesn't have really anything during the day, because he was like, if you need me to run you anywhere on Friday. And so he was like, just have fun with Caroline today. He's like, if you need errands to run, we can do it on Friday. So probably on Friday, we'll run probably a couple errands. I'll probably film some videos tomorrow on my vlog, a couple videos on Friday, a couple videos on Saturday, a couple videos on Sunday. I'm not going to like really like, you know, push it too hard. So anyway, I went inside and I did the wax melts and stuff like that. I can't remember which one. Oh, I got a bunch of wax melts today. Well, I had like a box or 2 inside, and then I think another box came today. So I opened it on my haul video, some of the Etsy. It's not all of them. I don't have all of them yet. I think I have almost all of them though. I was like, did I get 13 different brands or 13? I think I got 13 total or something like that, or 16 total. So I've got a couple more coming. I do know that I have some more wildflower seeds coming as well. But I showed all that stuff on my haul video that I did today. So tonight I'm going to try some new wax melts. I'm really excited about that. But anyway, I sat down and read. So I got the prequel to Edge of Collapse by Kyla Stone. There was like 2 of you that recommended that to me. I don't know who y'all were. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But there were 2 of you. Feel free to shout off in the comment section below. But 2 of you shouted out the Edge of Collapse series by Kyla Stone. Okay? They are really, really good. Okay? I'm like, so I bought the prequel. I don't ever usually do this. I always usually look at a series, start with book 1, but there was a prequel. And so I bought the prequel, and I'm reading the prequel now. I'm already halfway through it. The prequel is like 85 pages, and I'm on like page 80, like 43 or something like that. So it's called Chaos Rising, and it's the prequel to it, and here, I'll read it to you. I have 2 pairs of reading glasses out here. I have no idea why. Oh, by the way, I just want to say, for all of you, so many people answer this question. I just want to say I really appreciate it. I thought when I asked it, I would get so many different varying answers, but I really didn't. I asked yesterday, so if you didn't get a chance to answer it yesterday, feel free to answer it today. But I asked yesterday, like, what's your, like, preferred length of a vlog? And so many of you said between like an hour and a half, and acted like you preferred a longer vlog. I really, really appreciate that. I mean, I can't promise that every vlog will be that long, but it really gives me something to aim at, that if at least it's over an hour to like, and I'm aiming between an hour and a half, at least I know that's what you guys, it'll make you happy, that's what you guys like. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Because I really thought I would get some people to be like, oh, please do 30-minute vlogs. I knew a couple people be like, the longer the better, which they did. Nobody said 3-hour vlog, which I thought was kind of funny. But anyway, so this is, oh, these glasses are so dirty. I have not started using my new reading glasses yet. Who is this child running down the middle of the street? Oh, there she is. Grandma. Hey, Grandma. Hey, how are you? You got your grandbabies with you. They are running down the street. So yeah, so I am loving this book. Oh, there's the moms. The moms are walking behind grandma and the kids are running ahead of all of them. Okay, so I didn't really know anything about these books, okay? I knew that they were like post-apocalyptic. If you guys have any zombie or post-apocalyptic series that you would recommend, let me know. My favorite series to read as far as zombies is the Rhiannon Frater As the World Dies series. I've never read the Jonathan Mayberry ones, The Rot and Ruin. I have it in book form, the first one, and I also have it on Audible, and I've never listened to it or read it. So I think that this guy that I sponsored years and years and years ago, he like, I'll never forget, he like stayed home he got them like at half price books, and he like stayed home one weekend and he was like, I read all those books this week. He's like, I said, are they really that good? He's like, oh my God, they're so good. And so, and that was like, well, whenever they first came out, whenever the last one came out, because I think there's 3 in the Rot and Ruin series or something like that. But Jonathan Mayberry, we'll look him up in just a second, but whenever that was. Anyway, so this one is called Chaos Rising, Edge of Collapse. I don't want to read what the first book is about because I don't know if it's different than this, but in a heartbeat, everything grinds to a halt. On Christmas Eve, the lights go out. Vehicles stop working. Communications break down. Reclusive former soldier Liam Coleman doesn't want to be anywhere near bustling downtown Chicago the day before Christmas. But his twin brother and his pregnant sister-in-law need him, so he makes the trip. But mere minutes after leaving O'Hare Airport, the car crashes along with hundreds of other vehicles. When Liam's phone stops working, he begins to suspect something more sinister than a local power outage. But before he can react, the first plane falls from the sky. Chaos Rising is the 85-page prequel novella to the Edge of Collapse post-apocalyptic series, a riveting EMP thriller. Also includes a 6-chapter sneak peek of Edge of Collapse, book number 1 in the explosive new post-apocalyptic series. So I bought this, I bought this and the first 2 books is what I bought. So anyway, so it's about him and his brother, whose name is Lincoln. They're twin brothers. They both been in the military. His brother has like PTSD from the military, and then his wife, Jessa, which I don't really know yet, she's pregnant. She's like pregnant and due any day. It seems like he kind of has like this love interest with his twin brother's wife. They don't really get into, I mean, I'm 40 pages into it, and it's like planes are going down in downtown Chicago, like by the Sears Tower. Into the Sears Tower. I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic. I mean, it's like, it is thriller. Like, last night I couldn't stop reading it. I could not stop reading it. So I did that one, and then I started this second book, which I had already looked up what it was about, so I knew. What's this series called? The Susan Beth Pfeiffer series. They call it something. The Last Survivor series. So the first book was this book about this, I think she's 15 or 16-year-old girl named Miranda in Pennsylvania, and it's the moon event that happens. Okay, so the second one, I thought I was going to continue on, so I was like, I want to read and see what the second one's about. Well, the second one's about this kid that's the same age as her in New York City, and his name is Alex Morales. I think I read like 102 pages last night. I could not stop. It is just as good as the first one. It's not told in diary form, it's told in chapter form. So hers is diary form, his is just like chapters, but the chapters are basically as long as like her diary entries. But he has like 2 younger sisters, and then he has an older brother that's in the Marines in California. His dad is in Puerto Rico visiting for his grandmother's funeral, and his mom works at the hospital. She's a surgery tech. And so basically, they're all gone except for him and his 2 sisters when this moon event happens. And his dad, like, I don't know if he owns or just manages this apartment building. So they're living in, like, the basement of this apartment, like Laverne and Shirley did, you know? And so they didn't manage it, but they lived in the basement apartment. It's very much that. So it's the same story and happens the same. Well, this one actually starts, like, the day of the moon event, whereas, like, the other one, Life as We Knew It, starts like 5 days before the moon event. This one actually also, Life as We Knew It, gets its title from the very end of the book. But this one, The Dead and the Gone, gets its title from the very beginning of the book. The beginning of the book, it's like the first chapter. Or no, it's like, it has to be after the moon event because he's talking about the dead and the gone. And also, it's like, I wouldn't say it's a religious book at all. I mean, she said in this synopsis that it talks a lot about faith. He's very Catholic. He and his sisters go to this Catholic school. His sister's constantly praying to different saints. He's talking to the priests about, like, what he should do in situations. It's very interesting. It's, like, from this very Catholic point of view, it's really, really well done. I'm kind of surprised I've never heard that much of it. I mean, back in the day, some people would talk about it on BookTube. But anyway, before I knew it, I got done. So I read 40 pages of the other one. I was like, okay, you're halfway through, you gotta stop. And then I read like 102 pages, I think, is where I stopped. I started in like the beginning of a chapter, so it's like 102 or 103 pages of Dead and Gone. And I was like, you need to start watching some TV if you're gonna watch TV. At that point, I had read so long and it was so late that I was like, okay, what are you gonna watch? So I watched Elsbeth, and then I was like, what did I watch the night before? Why can't I remember what I watched the night before? It wasn't the night before that I watched Elsbeth, was it? Did I watch Elsbeth the night before? I don't think so. So I watched Matlock. I'm getting all my days confused. But anyway, and then I ended up watching 3 episodes of Ghosts. I love that show so much, you guys. It is just such a feel-good show. And one of them I watched, it's called The Liquor License. So one of them was about... So they're running this B&B that has these ghosts in it. It's this mansion out in the middle of nowhere. And, one of them that I watched the other day was about their neighbors of this older couple are swingers, but they don't know it. And so the one ghost at their house is like a Viking, and his son's at the other house, but they can't like leave the property that they died on. And so she goes over there to open the window so they can scream at each other. But then her husband finds out that they are swingers, like, and so there's all these people over there to swing. It's real funny, but it's also real endearing too. So then this is one that I watched. Was that last night that I watched? I can't even get anything straight now. I mean, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and then I was like, you need to go to bed. You're gonna get like, I got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night, if even that, because I went to bed so late, and I had to get up early today for Caroline to come pick me up, and I had to get ready. So I don't remember what the last episode I watched was. They're all so... I started watching the Christmas episode last night. And the Viking guy... I don't know why I can't remember what his name is. It's like something Thor. It's not Thor all the way. If you watch it, that only made sense to you. It sounds like Thor, but it's not Thor. What's it called? Hold on a second. Thorfinn is what his name is. I think he's like he's like Devin Chandler Long. He's real good looking. It was like this guy that was like a football player or something. He and his brother, I don't know. I looked him up. I looked everybody up on this. So anyway, so they're like shouting back and forth from this window. Okay, that was one of them. And then Liquor License. So the Christmas one is he doesn't like Christmas. And so it's like, and there's this hippie and she's like, to Sam, the one that lives in the house, she's like, but isn't that cultural appropriation? Like, you like Santa Claus, because they're watching like this Hallmark Christmas movie and stuff. So anyway, the ghosts are always fighting over which TV shows they're gonna watch, and then they like they can't trade real money, so they trade back rubs for it's so dumb, but it's so endearing. Like, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy to watch it. And then one I watched was called Liquor License, and it was about... They were trying to get a liquor license for the B&B because her husband was like, forgot to do it. But then they were also having a whiskey tasting at the same time. So they have this like secret room. So the one ghost that was like a jazz singer, she's like, why don't you have like a speakeasy? So they have all these people down there that are partying while it's liquor. It's hilarious. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I absolutely love it. Like, I could just sit and watch it for 12 hours straight. It's that good. And I have to tell you, the only thing that brings me more happiness than watching it is knowing that I still have 2 whole seasons left. More than half the season, because this is 22 episodes, and I'm like on episode 9 or 10. The only thing that makes me happier than watching it is knowing that I have so many episodes left. It's the #1 show on Paramount this week out of 15 shows. I mean, above Amazing Race, Survivor, it's the #1 show. So anyway, you know what actually I think comes out tonight? Maybe it comes out next week. It's an Italian... Okay, so people keep on sending me this to me, so I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it right now. Oh, by the way, on White Lotus, because some people were like, after I was like talking about yesterday, people were like, I just think it's so weird. Okay, the show is effed up. Okay, there's a lot of effed up stuff on the show. I don't condone it. It's a TV show. Okay, I don't condone it. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't claim to understand it, but if you've ever watched any season of White Lotus, there's always been a lot of bizarre stuff that's gone on the show. So I wouldn't say that I'm surprised in the context of White Lotus. But anyway, I understand that people are just like, I mean, so many people are like, this season's so boring, it's shock value. I don't know really what, I'll wait. This is why I like to wait to respond to something until the whole show's out, so you can understand it in context a little bit, right? But anyway, the Natalia Grace, it's like this movie. It's something in a member of the family or something that's coming out. Who was texting me? Nikki texted me about this book. Tell me what you did. She said, girl, I'm 45 pages in and this is so good. Oh, this is the book that her son bought her for her birthday by Carter Wilson. Have you guys heard of this book? Tell me what you did. She said it's so good. She said there's something like in the book, she was telling me last night, that you can like scan it and then it'll take you to like pictures online that you can look, which I think that's really cool. So anyway, okay, what's this movie or the show called? It's Natalia Grace docudrama. So what I'm gonna put. It's called something. People keep on asking me if I'm gonna watch it. No. Good American Family. I think it might start today. So it's called Good American Family. How to watch it. We're gonna see. I'm not reading this article because I didn't know what it says. Oh, see, this is what I don't love about this docudrama. We are taking creative license, Robin said. How do we tell the most emotionally authentic version of the story, drawing from the information that we have in the places that we need to slightly heighten or embellish or adjust to create a compelling narrative story? Well, I don't know that you necessarily do when you're talking about a person who his entire life has been ruined by this. I don't know that you do. Oh, it premieres tonight at midnight on ET. Oh, I guess it's already out. Afterward, one episode will drop each week until the finale airs on April 30th. Episodes will be available to stream at midnight ET each week on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. So this is like the real story of when she was with, what's his last name? Michael and Christine Barnett. People keep on asking me if I'm going to watch it. Okay, I'm going to watch it to react to it. You know what? Tonight, maybe I'll watch the first episode and I will do a reaction to it. Because I already have feelings about it. I've watched the trailer to it. I think you guys know I'm real passionate about this story, okay? I mean, in the context of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and all these other people out there, Natalia Grace has literally done nothing to anybody. She didn't hurt anybody. She didn't attack anybody. Nothing, right? And she is so villainized. And I truly, truly, truly believe that it is about her dwarfism. I believe that people look at her and they judge her and they they want to make her this villain. I think the documentaries have done it to her. I think that the articles written about her have done it to her. I think it has been horrible what has happened to Natalia Grace. I feel for her. You know, in the last documentary, if you watched it, they talked a lot about her having RAD, which is called reactive attachment disorder. It's actually pretty common with people that, like, in recovery. Like, I have friends of mine that have RAD. It's also something that a lot of people that are adopted have, especially if they're adopted at a later age, like 6 months to 5 years old or something like that. A lot of them have reactive attachment disorder. Thank God the documentary dealt with it and talked about how the first whole documentary didn't deal with it at all, and talked about this diagnosis that she has, okay? When people want to blame Natalia Grace for how she is, you're talking about a girl that came from the United States, okay, from Russia. She wasn't 6 days old. She was like, I think she was like 6 months or a year old when she came over, or like a year or two old when she came over here. Was adopted by one family, okay? They gave her up for adoption. She went to another family, the Barnetts, who treated her horribly, accused her of all these different things, said she was lying about her age, on and on and on. Put her in an apartment by herself, okay? I mean, then she's with this other family, and then this other family, and then people are like, when they watch the documentaries, they're like, well, the way that she acts, and she's gone through hell and back, okay? She's been in like 5 different families, and she's 22 years old or 23 years old, okay? She's gone through hell and back. She was living alone as an 8-year-old. I mean, where is the empathy and the sympathy in the world, right? I mean, and this is a person that has severe mental health diagnoses. I mean, RAD is not, I mean, they talk about it in the documentary. RAD is not a simple diagnosis. It is a diagnosis that people that are diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder will have for the rest of their lives. And they act out a lot. And it's because they try to ruin, and she even says this in the documentary, they try to ruin relationships they have because they have such issues with attachment. And it can lead to sexual relationships, it can lead to substance abuse, it can lead to all kinds of things. And yet everybody wants to cast judgment on her, you know? And I really don't understand it. I really don't. And so when I saw the trailer for this come in, and they show Christine Barnett, and she's like, "Hi, how are you, Natalia?" And the dad is like this. I'm like, well, first of all, okay, see how heated I'm getting about this? Christine and Michael Barnett are nut jobs, okay? They're straight up nut jobs. I have a friend of mine here in town that she told me, this is like when the first documentary came out. She said, "Oh, I know, like, Michael Barnett's wife," like, what, I would say, not Christine, his, like, new wife or girlfriend or what, I think girlfriend at the time. And I said, and she goes, "You know, blah, 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 whatever." I said, "He's a nut job." She goes, "Oh, he's, like, he's misunderstood." I go, "No. I saw, he's a nut job. He's straight up a nut job." And she started laughing at me. She's like, "Well, do you want?" I go, "No, I don't want to meet him. He's a nut job. I don't like what he did to that woman, or that young lady. I feel so bad for Natalia Grace." Christine Barnett, she's a mess, okay? So anyway, I hope Natalia Grace at some point, you know, writes a book, does a tell-all, makes $10 million off this, but don't nobody care. She started a GoFundMe and nobody donated any money to it. You know, while all these influencers are dancing, you know, what's her face? I can't think of her name. The girl that murdered her mom, or was part of that plot. You know, I can't think of her name. I can't think of her now. Anyway, the girl that the movie was The Pact. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. You know, influencers are taking her into Sephora. She's getting, you know, $100,000 sponsorships. And they don't even talk about this in the newest documentary. But Natalia Grace started a GoFundMe so she could live in her own home. She could have her own apartment. They didn't even address that. She started on her Instagram, and so many people came for her, she took the GoFundMe down. And then they share later that, the documentary, they do share this, that her new adopted mother, the Manns, she got all the money, they got all the money from her GoFundMe. She couldn't even move out into her own apartment. And then they're like, well, why is she playing back and forth? The girl has RAD, okay? She's got other mental health diagnoses. She doesn't know who to trust and who not to trust. She has been used by everybody. You know, it's like, I will never forget watching this video, or this movie, some documentary years ago about shelter dogs. And it was this guy that goes in to these dog breeding places and rescues these dogs that are literally on top of each other. And they show this one dog that was in this cage, and he's like kind of trying to coax him out so they can take him away from this like breeding camp, the horrible conditions. And this dog is like this, right? I've talked about this before. I've related to this to things. And the guy says, I will never forget the statement. He goes, "The dog was born into fear, and all he ever has known is fear." That is Natalia Grace. Like, Natalia Grace has never been able to trust anybody. Everybody's used her. Everybody's thrown her away. She doesn't know what a healthy relationship is like. But who do we blame? Natalia Grace. We don't blame the Barnett. We don't blame the Manses. We don't blame the system. We don't blame the adoptive system or school teachers that were involved or any of it. The neighbors that sat there and witnessed it, we don't blame any of those people that were complicit in it. We blame Natalia Grace because she's the easiest person to blame, right? It's sad to me. So I'm going to watch it because I want to see what it says. But when I watch a trailer for it, and somebody said, "Do you think that Natalia Grace signed off on it?" The tripod fell. If she did sign off on it, I hope she got paid a buttload shit ton of money off of it. I did. Because I watched that trailer. That trailer made her look horrible. It makes the whole situation look horrible. So I don't know what creative leverage they're taking with it. Why am I just feel for her. I do. I feel for Natalia Grace. You know, and it's like every time I talk about it, I get at least one comment from somebody. Like when I do it on my drama channel, not so much over here. But somebody will say, "Thank you for continuing to talk about this." You know, I feel bad for her. I don't feel like, you know, finally People Magazine, after writing 600 articles about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I understand she went through hell, okay? I understand that she was a victim and that her mother had, you know, Munchausen by proxy. I get it, okay? I don't know that I think that murder is the only option. I'm just saying, right? She was part of a murder plot. It's like, and she, like, People Magazine has glorified that gal, right? She did her time. Let her live her life. I just don't understand lifting her up to celebrity status. Natalia Grace finally, I mean, they show it at the end of the documentary. It's like she finally gets photos taken and an article written up in People magazine. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like so happy for her, but I'm like, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And the reason I compare the cases is this, because Gypsy Rose Blanchard got out of prison and her story came out at the same time that Natalia Grace's first documentary came out. I think the second part of the documentary came out. Or the first, I don't know, first or second. So it's important because the stories came out at the same time. They're roughly the same age, except Gypsy Rose Blanchard is much older. And Natalia Grace didn't murder anybody. She didn't murder anybody. She wasn't part of any murder plot. She didn't plead guilty to murder. She wasn't part of any of that. She even says in one of it, like, Michael Barnett says she tried to stab us. She's like, I'm 3 foot. I couldn't reach the top of their bed and stab him in the toe if I wanted to. It's ridiculous. And they make her into this villain that she's not. I feel so bad for the woman. I feel so bad for this young woman. You know? I hope she is the biggest winner at life. I hope she has healthy relationships. You know, she's living with this family now. I looked up recently. She's still living with them. I'm sure it's hard. I mean, the thing is, after everything that Natalia Grace has gone through, no matter what her life looks like going forward, it's going to be difficult. Relationships are going to be difficult for her. People are always going to look at her, you know, in the wrong way and things like that and blame her and say this about her. They always are. And she knows that. She's not stupid, you know, but she's a human being. It makes me sad when I see it. So like I said, yeah, I will watch it, but, I don't love how I'm seeing the portrayal go on. So, anyway. Whoo! Got heated about that. So, last night I watched Ghost and then I went to bed. I don't even know what time it was. Way late. Too late. Oh my god, the tripod fell again. And this is, I checked. This is the new tripod. And I will tell you something else. That on top where I screw it in, it's getting loose. But I haven't taken the other one. Like, I've opened the package, but I haven't been using it yet. I'm almost kind of wondering if maybe I should order 2 more off of the eBay or Etsy or wherever I got them. Because then I'll just know I'll have them. I thought 2 would be enough. Did I buy 3? Did I buy 3? Or did I just buy 2? I think I just bought 2. But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about. Went to sleep. So, yeah, I got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night or something. I don't even know how much sleep I got. But I'm like, I'm tired, but I'm not like exhausted, you know? I'd like to take a walk before it starts raining. And so I'm gonna do that and then come back, take a shower. I probably will take a nap after I do all that, and then I'll get up. Oh, you know what? Alex and I, well, we have Beverly Hills, but that's it. I think this is it? I think next week might be the season finale of Beverly Hills, and then the reunion. Well, we can watch that tomorrow night. Since we have a few shows now, RuPaul's Drag Race is on Friday. So maybe Saturday, we'll watch RuPaul's Drag Race and Beverly Hills, or maybe we'll watch Beverly Hills tonight. I don't know. Well, it just depends on what he wants to do. He is so into Suits. He is so into Suits. And actually, we were talking about it in therapy last night. Our therapist watches Suits, too. Or has watched it. And so he was talking to Alex. He's like, it's so good, isn't it? And then he looked at me and goes, you should watch it. You would love it. I was like, I don't know that I can. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, Alex is binge watching these seasons like nobody's business. Oh my god, I thought that was a bird and it was a leaf coming off the they were supposed to be cleaning our gutters, but I guess I haven't done that yet. But anyway, so yeah, so tonight, get the vlog going, walk. It doesn't actually even, well, what time is that now? Yeah, it's getting close to 7, 10 till 7. Well, 12 till 7. Was supposed to rain at 8. I'll get off here in just a little bit. So, I'll probably be able to get a walk in before it rains. Before it was like all dark in the future. It was all dark. I don't know what the word is I was looking for back then. There's like kids running down the, like running laps down the street. What's going on today? Everybody's out. It's like the sun comes out. It's kind of nice and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, yeah, it was like getting dark, like it was gonna rain. What's the word I'm looking for? In the distance, not the future. In the distance, in the distance. It looked really dark. Well, that's why I called it the future. The future distance. Anyway, so yeah, take my walk, take a shower, watch some shows and stuff like that. Oh, and then read tonight. I'm so excited about, oh, two things I'm excited about tonight. Well, Amazing Race and Survivor. I'm really excited. But I don't think they come on, I think I watch them on Paramount. I record them too on the DVR, but I don't like to have to fast forward through the commercials and stuff, so I usually wait. I think they come on Paramount at 3. My nose is starting to itch. I took my allergy medicine already today. I didn't take that. I do think that what I was going through, whatever, was allergies, because I don't notice until later in the day that my allergies start bothering me because I take my allergy medicine. Alex was sneezing like crazy the other day. And it was what time was it? It was 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I go, did you take your allergy medicine? He goes, yeah, when I got up at 8 or 6 or 7 or something like that. And he goes, it's kind of worn off now. So, I don't know. But anyway, I'm really excited about reading tonight, watching Amazing Race, watching Survivor. I don't really care about Found, if you want to know the truth. I don't. Oh my god, Elsbeth this week. I love Elsbeth so much. Elsbeth was about a psychic this week. Tracy Ullman played a psychic. It was so good. It was I love this. I love Elsbeth. Elsbeth doesn't make me nervous like Matlock does. And then, so I gotta watch Found tonight. And then, yeah, read, watch Amazing Race and Survivor, and then Found. I'll probably watch Found earlier if we don't watch Beverly Hills. Take a nap. My new wax melts I get to burn tonight, and then yeah, it's gonna be a cozy night. And then tomorrow, I don't really, like I said, I don't have anything. I think I have a Zoom meeting tomorrow afternoon. Not a therapy appointment, but a Zoom meeting. Hold on. Let me see. Or is that Friday? I think I have one tomorrow and Friday. I need to look and see when I schedule this. Hold on a second. Oh, bloody. Okay, let's... Where's it at? I need to go through these Etsy things and see if I've got all my... Why is it not coming up? Do you guys hear those birds, how pretty they are? I haven't gone through any of my emails today. Gutter cleaning. Spring has sprung. These are the professional emails we get in our neighborhood. Spring has sprung. Cleanup is starting. Spring cleanup and gutter cleaning will start this week. That was last week. I don't remember any gutter cleaning happening. Why am I not finding this email? I'm kind of getting a little worried, in all honesty. Why can't I find that? Did I delete that email by accident? I must have. Oh, no, here it is. Oh. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 p.m. tomorrow. That'll be short. Oh, bloody, oh, blada. I did not drink much of this. But don't let it dissuade you. It's good. Now that I'm getting to the bottom of it, maybe less lime juice. Okay, should I read some comments? Should I read a couple comments? What's the temperature going to be like tomorrow? I just looked at the temperature, but I didn't look at what it's supposed to be like tomorrow. Daily. Oh, 43 tomorrow. What? Cloudy with a mixture of rain and snow in the morning. What? No. Friday, 57, partly cloudy skies during... It's time for the pool to open. This is nonsense. Saturday, 53. Sunday, 51. Monday, 49. Tuesday, 50. Partly cloudy skies. Look at this little picture of this little bunny. Most realistic bunny... 2025's most realistic bunny toy. Who's even looking that up? It wasn't me. It's not my algorithm. I wasn't looking at bunny toys. Why is that coming up, though? Should we look and see? No. Not that it said, do you want to leave feedback on the weather thing? And I said no. And it said, why not? What? No. No is no, ma'am. Okay. Why would you even ask that? I've never seen that pop up before when it asks you to give feedback. When is it supposed... Oh, here it is. Sunday the 29th, 69. Then it's in the 50s again. We need warm weather. Come on now. Mosquito risk is low, it says today. Who'd care? I didn't ask. I did not ask, okay? I did not ask. Okay, let's get on here and see some vloggerinos comments from you vloggerinos out there. Ugh. Yeah, I need to mix that up or something. It's a little limey. A change of plans from 20 hours ago and 4:41 minutes. I don't know what that is. 20 hours ago. It must have been after 10. Or was it 9:30? I don't know. Okay, let's read some comments, shall we? Cauliflower, you are behind on being the #1 comment when I am talking over here these days. Bits of Lovely. I like that name. That's nice. Blue Heart. Hernie said Atlanta is so good. Atlanta is so good. Did we watch that last night? Is that what we watched last night? Or was that the night before? No, it would have been the night before, right? Atlanta is so good. Did we watch that last night? Or was it the night before? Maybe we watched it. No. I watched Atlanta. I took a nap last night. So I must have been talking about... I watched Matlock. And then, so Atlanta was a Monday night that we watched. I'm getting all my nights confused. Oh, here she is. So Hernie said about Atlanta, it's Brit that Kenya does and stuff too. Ashley said the eyebrow. Girl, I still look at your profile name and say I want to say Ashlyn so bad. But Ashley said the eyebrow story. Oh my god. Okay, so Tanya and I were talking about that last night. I said, do you remember when you made me get my eyebrows waxed? She started laughing so hard. I said, girl, that was cruel. She goes, oh my god, I didn't know it was going to look so funny. She goes, I still remember it to this day. I said, I mean, literally, that was probably the first year that my ex and I got together. And we got together in, I believe it was 2001 we got together. 24 years ago, Tanya still... Was that 24 years ago? Am I right? Yeah, I think it was 2001 or 2002. So you're talking 22, 23 years... 23, 24 years ago. Tanya's still laughing at that story. Jess said, what do you think of Yellow Jackets? If you talked about it after I commented, my bad. I haven't watched it yet. So I haven't watched this season. Or I don't think all the episodes are out yet. I was kind of waiting for all the episodes to come out. I really want to watch it. I love Yellow Jackets. This is the third season, right, of Yellow Jackets? Or is this the second? This is the third season. I love Yellow Jackets. The only thing is that nothing really ever happens. Like, you don't really ever find anything out. And then they do something like kill off a main character, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I'm excited about this season. Tanya's loving it. Tanya thinks it's fantastic. But we didn't really talk about it yesterday before that. Somebody said, I went to a secondhand bookstore. If I say somebody said, that means I don't know how to read your profile name, okay? Or it's just like letters, that it's not like a name. Does that make sense? So I don't want anybody to be upset that I don't say your name in here. I went to a secondhand bookstore the other day, and they had all 23 Alex Cross books, and I saw a ton of Harlan Coben books, too. I was like, Peter would love these. I don't know if I want to read the Harlan Coben books because they're going to make them into shows, and I prefer watching them as shows instead of movies. Oh, is that what I was going to tell you? Did I say that already? That Mayor and a bunch of other people reached out to me and said the Harlan Coben Netflix show is bad. I think Tanya said it too. Okay, Kim said that she likes an hour and a half to 2 hours. Well, aren't you grand? 2 hours. Oh, the battery is flashing at me. I got to go get another battery. I will be back in 2 and 2. It's not going to be a 2-hour video today. I'm sorry, Kim. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I went inside and the TV was paused. And I was like, I looked in the living room and he was gone. I go, hello? He goes, hello? He was upstairs. I go, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm folding my socks and putting them away. He's been doing laundry for like the last 2 days. He said this weekend, he was like, I'm doing all my laundry this weekend. And I think he did like 1 load or something like that. And this is why, he waits and waits and waits with his laundry. I just like, and he's very specific about it. Because I'm always like, do you want me to do your laundry? And he's like, I mean, we kind of split the towels and all that kind of stuff up. I love doing laundry. It's like so relaxing to me. I listen to my audiobook while I'm folding the laundry. I love doing it. Him, not so much. But like, he's very specific about his clothes. So we don't do our clothes together. Because he'll be like, no, I'll do my own clothes. I like them done a certain way, and some things hung, and so he has his own clothes, I do mine. But anyway, he's been doing, like, clothes for, like, the last 2 days, nonstop, when he's here. So he's doing all of his socks right now. Are you there, Kim? Kim, I don't know if it's pronounced Kim. It's like, hold on a second. K-E-I-M? Is that Kim? Well, hi, Kim. I would love, the thing is, I would love to do 2-hour vlogs every day. The problem is, like, today I actually did, I think it was like a 38-minute drama video, and that's short for me. I usually do, like, hour ones. I'm gonna try to do some shorter ones. But if I try, like, today, oh, I didn't even tell you guys. Oh, I didn't even talk about today yet, did I? Well, thank you, Kim. I will try to make them, I'm going to try to make it as long as I possibly can, especially in spring and summer. I mean, the vlogs are easy. I just sit here. If I come back from the pool, I can do like an hour and a half, we'll see. I love just sitting here talking, those are easy. The problem is, like, by the time it starts getting late, if it's dark, like in the summer and the spring and summer, it's easier because I can sit out here. Alex can be inside. He can do what he wants. I like to sit out here. I can light some candles. I can talk and all that kind of stuff. It's one of the reasons why I'm ready for, like people are asking me, like, daylight savings time. I mean, it only benefits me because it's light, longer outside, and then I can sit out here and film and stuff. The wind just picked up. But anyway, so I love that somebody said an hour and a half, 2 hours, because then I can kind of, like, aim at that. Well, an hour and a half is what I'm going to aim at, between an hour and a half. But I will try to throw some long ones in there as well. Okay, so today, I didn't talk about today. So Caroline came and picked me up, and then we went and got coffee. I'm trying to think of what order we did it in. And then we went to Fountain Square, which is real cute. It's like artsy. My friend that before he moved to Denver, my friend that I was going to move to Denver to be around, before I met Alex, he lives in Denver now, but he used to live in Fountain Square. He's an artist. I love Fountain Square. When I was in high school, we used to go to Fountain Square to go, like, to thrift stores and stuff like that. Now, that thrift store that I used to go to, well, I can't remember what it's called back in the day. Thrifty World or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't exist anymore. But now, it's like really cute, like hipster bars and restaurants. We went to a thing a couple years ago. This was when I would have been on YouTube. And it was called, Caroline and I were just talking about it today. I remember the name of it. It's a fundraiser. But like the bar, the Hi-Fi is down there. The White Rabbit Cabaret is down there. There's a bunch of really fun bars down there. What was that thing called? It's in the fall, because this year we were going to go with our friend and her husband. It's a server at Patashu, and we were going to get tickets for all 4 of us, and it sold out like in 5 minutes. The year we went, Alex's friend that sits on a lot of boards, she had 2 extra tickets and asked us if we wanted to go. Well, I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, it's like each place, it was packed. It was so much fun. Has like tonic ball, that's what it's called. Oh, this is so funny with the tonic water in here. So it has like 10, like they would have 10 bands play. So you would go to one bar, and that bar would have like a theme, like Bob Marley. I think that night it was like Bob Marley, the Ramones, and I can't remember the other ones. There was one that was like, they always have like some, like, they kind of pick different kinds of music. I feel like there was one that was like, I can't think his name. Oh, shoot. He passed away not too long ago. He sings about the girl Market Square, which is weird because Market Square, it's about Indiana. Tom Petty. Like, they had, like, Tom Petty. So it's, like, all cover songs. So, like, a band will play. It's, like, 10 bands in a row play. And then they each go on, like, for 45-minute sets. It's, like, all local bands around, like, the Midwest. And they go and they play in these really, like, cool, like, hipster-packed, bars. But, like, let's say if they're, like, a ska band, they'll play, like, all, like, Ramones music, but in like it's all covers, but they play it like in their style. And then the next band comes on, and the next band. It was so fun. It was one of the best nights I've ever had in Indianapolis. And Alex and I went. I saw so many people that I knew that night. It was so fun. So anyway, Fountain Square is really, really cool. They have like duck pin bowling down there. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's really artsy now, and it's really nice. So the bar that Caroline and I's grandfather, it closed down. I found out not too long ago, like a couple months ago, that it had closed down. So our grandfather, we found out, like my mom's dad and Caroline's mom's dad. So it's our maternal grandfather that died when my mom was, I think, 4, my aunt was 6. So he was one of the original bartenders at a bar in Indianapolis, bar restaurant called the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird opened like whenever, I guess it would have been the 40s or the 50s, early 40s. And so it was like one of the original bars in Fountain Square. And he worked there, and it was a bartender there. And so years later, we found out that, like, on his liquor license, it said the Thunderbird. And so it reopened, or they reopened it years later, redid it, or something like that. And so it was like this really cool bar. They had like really cool food, like cornbread and honey, like for dessert, elephant ears, not like legit like elephant ears, but like dough. They had really good, like, sandwiches. It was, like, ribs, sloppy joes. It was just, like, really cool food they had on there. And so Alex and I went there a couple times with some different people. And it was also this really, like, neat bar, too. They, like, this, it was all wood bar. But I think it closed down a couple years ago. I'm not even going to look it up because I don't really care that much. But anyway, that's where it was today. So we had to go to this, like, secondhand store that also does, like, estate sales. And Caroline had bought something for her stepson at an auction. I'm like, I don't really want to say it because if he watches my vlog, but he doesn't watch my vlog at all. But she wanted it to be a surprise for him, so I won't say it. It's really cool. I'll wait like a week, and if I remember, I'll say something. But anyway, it's something that like Melissa would love. It's like a horror movie kind of thing. It was very, very cool. I was actually kind of surprised because Caroline was like telling me what it was on the way down there. I was like, girl. But we got there, and it was cooler than that. And then we're like looking around this store, and we're like looking at stuff that our moms would have loved and whatever. So from there, we went to the post office. I had one package at the post office. It's sitting inside. I think I might open it on a vlog because I only had one package. Or I could wait till next Wednesday, you know, when we go to the post office again and see if I have any packages. Might do that. Wait till next Wednesday and see. So, went to the post office. Then we went to Costco. She had things to get. We just like ran around to different places. It was really, really fun. We had a good day. It was a really fun day. Last night and today were just really what I needed. So I'm really, really grateful for Caroline and Tanya. And I'll be honest with you, when Caroline told me that she had to go to Fountain Square, she was like, you don't have to go if you don't want to go. Later, she had texted me that. And like that's when Alex was like, babe, just go. He's like, if you don't film any videos, you don't film any videos. Just go and get a day with your cousin. Like, go and have fun. And I'm so grateful that he said it to me because I was like, no, I need to film videos. Like, I didn't film any videos today. Oh, and then I came back, and I filmed a drama video, I filmed a haul video, and I filmed a review video. So I actually got 3 videos plus the vlog up today. When Alex came home, he's like, do you need me to go upstairs, or do you need me to stay down here? Because I was going to film a Peterisms video and a BookTube video. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to vlog. I can tell it's starting to get a little dark. Can you tell? Is it changed? I can't tell on the camera, but I can see out here. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to film a vlog and be done for the day. So... and with that, I think I'm going to be done with it for the day. This is nowhere near an hour and a half, but it's over an hour, I think. So, I have no idea. I don't remember what time I started it. Anyway, thank you guys for leaving the comments, and the fact that anybody would want to listen to 5 minutes of me, let alone an hour and a half to 2 hours, like, that's such a compliment. Like, Kim, thank you, and to everybody else that said an hour to an hour and a half is perfect. I mean, I was a kid that grew up that had no friends, you know? Got made fun of till recently of my voice, you know? And the fact that anybody wants to listen to me for an extended period of time, tell a story or have an opinion about anything, like, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And I appreciate that. It means so much to me. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, you know? And, yeah. So with that, I'm going to get off here now. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. You made it halfway through the week. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!